I'm not really sure how to respond to Velma, Mindy Kaling's new show. She's not the actual creator of the show, but she's the big star who voices Velma. It's this is framed as a prequel to Scooby-Doo, right? So you have Velma and Daphne and Fred and uh, sort of Shaggy, except for he's called Norville and he acts and looks nothing like Shaggy. And it's framed as this prequel, but I have no idea who its intended audience is. It really seems like somebody came up with like a cartoon idea for like a edgy, like crude, vulgar teenage comedy, and then they were like, well, we need some sort of hook. We need something that people will pay attention to. Like we need to make the let's attach it to Scooby Doo, right? And we'll make this R-rated Scooby-Doo prequel with edgy teen characters, and yeah, then everyone will watch it and talk about it. No one would be talking about this show if it wasn't attached to Scooby-Doo, because it's terrible. It's a really bad show. I mean, it's universally been mocked by critics and audiences, by people on the left and the right. Some people have suggested that it's some sort of false flag, like parody of a social justice show, because the jokes and the stuff is just so heavy-handed, like making fun of all white guys as having small dicks and stuff. There's, everyone has been race swapped pretty much. Well, not everyone, but almost everyone, right? Like Velma is East Indian now. Apparently Daphne's Asian, but she just looks white with red hair. The weirdest race swapping is Shaggy becoming Norville and being black with really only a green shirt, making him look at all like the character. They're running a gag with him where he doesn't like drugs and is kind of a straight edge, and I'm sure that they will by like the end of the season he's going to be like a total stoner. But I don't mind race swapping so much. Like, I think Velma as an Indian character works fine because she still looks like Velma, and pretty much acts like Velma, I guess, enough. But making Shaggy a guy that looks and sounds and talks nothing like himself is very strange. Like, even if you're going to make him black, couldn't you just make him the black version of Shaggy? But Shaggy and Scooby, of course, are such iconic parts of the series. I don't think that they should have race swapped that particular character. Again, Velma works fine, and I guess Daphne's Asian, but whatever. I don't know. What do you say about this show? It's terrible. Will it get better? Possibly. I hate the sort of constant need to make these, like, anything geared towards a more adult audience has to be so edgy, and it's not funny. I mean, I guess that's the biggest problem with Velma, is it's just really not funny. I don't care about the mystery. All the characters are super unpleasant, including Velma. They're just all very obnoxious, unpleasant characters that I don't care about and that I don't care to watch in a TV show. My time is limited, and I mean, what's the point of this show? How does it relate to Scooby-Doo? There's no Scooby-Doo in it. It's not a show where each individual episode has its own mystery and monster and all that. Instead, it's following a serialized mystery, and that doesn't seem like Scooby-Doo to me either. I mean, and whatever. It could work, I guess, but, why make... I guess it just seems so trendy to take something like, whatever, there's shows where, you got to have the prequel series for Nurse Ratched, and you got to have the prequel series for this and that, and they just keep taking these things, and they lose sight of what the original was. I didn't finish the Nurse Ratched show because I didn't like it very much, and I feel like it misses the point of One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest. Now that series doesn't need an origin story for Nurse Ratched. She's not like some supervillain. She's just a bad person, and her villainy is encapsulated in that movie perfectly well. We don't need more of that. So many of these shows, I think one of the only ones I can think of off the top of my head is that does it well is the prequel to The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance on Netflix, which was canceled, of course, because Netflix sucks. They've really like lost the thread of what the point of Netflix is. But that show was a wonderful, wonderful prequel that was very faithful to the original in terms of tone and style, the aesthetic, the puppetry. Just a terrific story. Really expanded the world of the Dark Crystal and was such a loving creation, obviously made by fans who deeply respected the work. And that's what I want to see more of. And I don't know why that's such a tall order. I mean, I don't think we need a prequel series to Scooby-Doo. But if you're going to have one, why not have one that's geared more towards the age group of Scooby-Doo? You know, and why not have one that has these characters? Sure, let's have them in high school, but let's have them solving mysteries and becoming friends and all that stuff without all the like forced, really, really bad humor and edginess and like, oh, we're going to have drugs and we're going to have nudity and we're going to have, you know, it's just, it just seems like such a miss. And I mean, what can I say? Everyone's already been talking about how bad it is, and I don't know that I have a whole lot to add to it, except for that I think it's interesting to speculate that maybe it is some sort of false flag, and it's making fun of itself. It's making fun of the kind of characters in it. In which case, I still don't think it's doing a very good job, because that's not obvious enough. That's not conveyed enough for it to be funny in that way either. And so whether it's this subversive, like we're going to make fun of woke people, or whether it's actually trying and failing at being like a woke comedy, doesn't matter, because everybody's watching and nobody's laughing. And I guess we'll see what happens. I'm going to have to watch episode 3 now, and maybe 4. Well, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But as of right now, I just can't imagine why this show even exists. So I don't know. You have any thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Peace.